Hello, we are Group 22. Today we will discuss the development prospect of state grid in Australia, whether it's optimistic or pessimistic. Now it's the show time.
Okay, so I'll start first. I think it's optimistic because from the firm resources perspective, State Grid has invested into 3 electricity transmission companies in Australia. And they are AusNet, which has 20% of shares, Electronet, which has 41% of shares, and not to forget Gemina, which stands 60% of shares.
Yes, and those 3 companies owns and operates electricity transmission network across Australia.
But we think it's pessimistic because there is an acquisition of Ausgrid case where Australian government rejected the bids by State Grid because of the protectionism reason.
Yes, this is true. Ultimately, this topic is quite politically sensitive because it's Chinese ownership, and also State Grid is closely tied with a lot of Chinese military agencies, so the Australian government may be concerned for national security.
Oh, but I don't get it why State Grid they are able to invest in other companies such as Electronet and not for the Ausgrid case.
So we define it as the uncertainty for Australian foreign investment rules, which is also the threat for State Grid's operation in Australia.
So I still think it's optimistic. From industrialized perspective, the competition is very low and the entry barriers are high due to the monopoly players industry in Australia and a large number of capital and expertise are needed.
So through the debate, our conclusion is from the firm resources and the industry perspective, we think it is optimistic for State Grid, but the company also faces some challenges from the institutional perspective in Australia.